recycling. E-waste and creation, she is always a cut above. Please like, comment and subscribe. Come along, enjoy the ride.
Subscribe, folks. Hey, curious people. I'm absolutely freezing. Like, I'm so cold up here. I can't tell you how cold it is in this shed. It's highly unmotivating. I can actually feel my body shaking. It's that cold. So I'm gonna have to work up a sweat. I'm gonna have to be working hard in here so that I don't die by freezing to death, basically. So my lovely friend was at work and she saw them stripping out some pyro cable, and she said to them, "Oh, can I take that for my friend?" And they said yes. It's not a huge amount, but it's nice. But it's not just any pyro cable. This one is obviously not copper. The outer sheath is not copper. However, quite the quantity of this is actually copper sheathed pyro cable, MICC fireproof cable. Now we've got a bit of a challenge here, haven't we? Because we all know pyro is not easy to strip. So what do? Do you cut it with a grinder? Do you hit it with a chisel? You certainly don't put it through your machine. Well, not if you want to, you know, your blade to last. But there is actually a pyro key. Some of you have probably seen this. I'm just going to move this over here. A pyro stripping key that's basically a piece of metal, like a metal bar that's got a triangular handle on it. Well, I thought, you know what, I might buy one. Could I find one? No, I couldn't. The only pyro stripping gadgets I could find were like 70 quid, and I was like, I'll make one. So I thought perhaps if I cut a slit in the bottom of this. Now this is a bit thicker than the pyro stripping keys. They're probably a bit more like maybe half the diameter of this. But I thought actually, because you know I always keep steel rods because they come in handy. I don't really need these on right now. So if I cut a slit through here, I thought we could try this. We might actually be able to strip the pyro. But before I do that, I thought I might try the other methods that were recommended to me. So that's basically what this video is going to start with. How successful that is will determine the length of this spot on the video, and I'll probably move on to something else. Because basically this pyro here, everything is copper. Even the clips are copper, you know? I mean, you can't go wrong. Who doesn't want as much copper as possible? Even the little clips. Oh, makes me salivate. So let's keep it separate. Somehow we've got to strip the outer sheath off, and we want the 2 strands of solid core from inside as well. Now people have tried melting it out. That doesn't work, obviously, because is that the nature of pyro is that it will withstand temperatures of 2000 degrees. So you know, the magnesium oxide in here is not going to melt because you're not going to get that up to 2000 degrees. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can come up with. Get this copper. So just a quick reminder before we get into the video, I just want to remind you, if you didn't see the last video and the separate video on this, the YouTube Scrappers Charity Calendar 2025 is now out. The link will be in the description of this video. Some brilliant scrappers in this calendar, guys. Small channels, huge channels, the ones you know and love. So we've got CU Scrapping, Big Stack Decasting, E-Waste Ben, Ralph Morrick, E-Waste Mike, Ian Matthews, HH Recycling, Thumbprint, myself, Everyday Solar Scrapping and Diving, Raphael Scrapper, Scrap It All, Mr. Scrappity, Nice Junk, and the Ultimate Recycler. What can I say? A reminder of why we've done this, why the scrapping community has come together. It's to raise money for all these wonderful charities that helped supported our beautiful little Benny in his last year of life, from diagnosis to after he passed away. Please, please, please let us help other families that went through the worst time of their lives too. So every penny goes to the charities. It's a non-profit. Everybody contributed for free. Please, please, please go and check out the link. It's available all over the world. The Gregorian calendar. It's only 4 countries that this calendar won't match, so the likelihood is that your country will match this calendar. So please, please, please go and support these causes. Thank you. So we probably should weigh up this copper bearing pyro to really see the added value you'll get by stripping it. Oh, it's not the most easy malleable stuff to maneuver. It just tangles up on itself. It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? But ooh, we've even got some brassy goodness here. There's another bit of the copper stuff. So obviously there is copper inside the other pyro, but it's just not worth the time stripping it without that outer sheath also being copper. So that will just get turned in as VIR. You can see it's got nice singles inside, but you can't get it out, not easily. So it's not like, you know, on other stuff you can get this single strand and you can pull it down through. It's not going to happen with this because of the steel fire resistant coating. So the time, the effort, it's just not worth it. So this, however, is worth it. So let's get the scales. Okay, everything about pyro is a nightmare. Just manoeuvring this stuff around your shed is a nightmare. But let's attempt to weigh up what we've got here. Okay, I'm gonna have to stack it delicately. It's folded a bit too long, I think. This is not gonna work. Right, we're gonna stand the pyro in this, so let's 0 that. Stack it in. Minus 4.25. So there's 3.25 kilograms of pyro there. In pounds, 9.7. So, oh, because 1 kilogram, 2.298, 7.5 pounds, roughly. So, I mean, yeah. What's not to love about this birthday cake? Except for the fact that we've got to do something about it. Yummy. Alright. So what I'm actually going to do first is make manageable chunks with my parrot snips, because they go through this no problem. Manageable sized pieces, because it's the stiffness of this and how big it is makes it kind of unhandleable. Like, you can't handle it. Like, it's unhandleable. So yeah, I'm just going to make it a little bit more manageable and cut it down a bit smaller. Hyper speed coming now.
Everyday solar scrapping and diving. Just a woman doing what she loves. Metal and recycling, new ways and creations. she is always a cut above. Everyday solar scrapping and diving. Please like, comment and subscribe. Everyday solar scrapping and diving. Come along, enjoy the ride.
Okay, so as you can see, I've cut it down into much more manageable strips. Feeling it like this, you suddenly get an idea of the weight of this stuff, and actually, you know, it's pretty nice. So, suggestions have been different things. The cutting with a grinder, which I will try. Hitting it with a chisel all the way down. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure I can be bothered to do that. I think I just can't be bothered to do that. But I mean, you know, but obviously you've got these little clips here, which are copper. And I'll be honest, they are much firmer than the steel ones, which is a surprise. Those steel ones are so easy to get off. These are a bit beastly. So it'll take a little bit of work, but we'll get there. And it will be worth it. First point of call, how am I going to do? We'll try the angle grinder first, I think. I think probably the best way is going to be to do it in the V block here, to stop it moving around too much. So we'll just give it a try. We'll see what happens, and hope for the best. Let's start listening, sounding like Darth Vader over here. Okay, let's see. Got my glasses, got my respirator. It not being straight is a bit of a problem, I'll be honest. Probably need to straighten it out a bit more. Let's just try with this straight end. Okay, so my angle grinder's out battery. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, that I'm going to need to charge indoors. So, how about another option? These kind of snippy mechanical pliers. No, too strong. I mean, you can see the powder coming out, but not strong enough to get through that shaft. Right, so while I wait for the angle grinder to charge, I'm going to put in a little clip of a little tiny pickup I did out of one of my e-waste bins. And some skip fines. Okay. Let's have a look. What's been left for me? Oh, amazing. Brilliant. In there. Okie dokie. What a shame that's covered in. It's actually quite a nice picture. But it is ruined though. What's that? Don't need my gloves. What is this thing? Oh God, it's heavy and noisy. Blimey, that is so heavy. Is that a standing desk? I don't know, but we'll take that. That metal, yeah. Complete with bread. That, I think that is a standing desk because it's now extended and I can't put it down. God, so noisy. Bits of fabric. It's all covered in food. Oh, and 2 heaters for me. Obviously we know they don't weigh much, but it's all about the recycling. I can recycle those. That suits me. Bags of clothes for the charity shop to donate. There we go. So I'm going to the scrap yard. So actually, oh, they're soaking wet. I don't mind having extra bits to put in, it all adds up. Let's see if I've got my torch. Just because I can shine it a bit better. Oh, there is something else in there. Oh, there's a couple of bits in there. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yes, sorry. Frosty goodness. Oh, I'm so glad I got the torch. I nearly missed all that. I don't think I can reach that one. That one might have to wait. That's plastic. Well, I'm not in the mood to get in there tonight. I'll get that one next time. Okay. A few scoops. So I've been given these things to process and some tins. The tins are quite nice. They're very beaten up and they stink, but nothing a bit of. I can make them. Oh God, usable again. I reckon just for putting smalls in for the scrapyard. I'm sure I can make that work. And this little one, again, is a bit beaten up, but as long as I can fit the lid on, then it's good for. I actually quite like that, to be honest. Maybe I'll keep that one. See on that one. Great for putting smalls in, so I will probably scrap, well, at least the big one, but a bit of manipulation. The kettle, I bet that's not stainless. Doesn't look like stainless. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh no, it is stainless. It is stainless actually. There's a slight pull but the magnet isn't sticking. That's good enough for my yard, I should say. So this I will scrap out, and just a reminder, like I reminded Scrapping Irish, that if there's a switch, there's a silver contact. So we'll quickly process that. Skip, find nice chunk of brass for a shower fitting here. Very nice. Obviously this needs processing. It's got steel inside, but most of it is brass. But there is, no wait, that's not. Great. Woohoo! It can all go into brass. That we like. And my brass bin, in it goes. Short and sweet. So let's see. Oh, these were the little steel clips. You know what to do with those. They probably need to go straight into one of these tins, to be honest. And that just looks like steel. Oh my gosh. Surely that's not real brass. Let us see. Let us see. Aluminium. That's alright though. Nice chunk of aluminium. What's not to like about that? That needs to go. They need to go back. And then this is just shredded nickel. Actually, that's a gold. That's gold bearing. Okay. I'm using this new one. I'm gonna keep it in my pot now with my other files. Right, let's look at this light. Okay. Not an awful lot there, is there? To be honest, pretty abysmal. I think it's just, it looks like it's just tacked in as well. Wish I knew where my chisel was. These are just tacked in. It's going to be pretty easy to get those out. Pretty quick, easy. Scrap this one. Looks brass. Yep. Woohoo! Okay. That's one. This is old brittle plastic, so actually quite easy to get out. Sometimes it's not quite as easy. I mean, it's not massively hard, but you know, sometimes a little more effort is required. There we go, another one. I'm going to put this straight into brass because I've cut it into too many little pieces by mistake. There we go. There's a little bit of brass in there, not a huge amount, but there is some. Forget these. Because these also have, what was that? Some copper and brass inside. So of course we don't want to let those go, do we? No, we don't. Two little bits of copper. Yummy. Now if you think of the hundreds and hundreds of lights scrappers get over their time, that doesn't seem like a lot, but actually it does when, if you just let that go every time, they add up. And stuff adding up is what we likey. Okay, And then basically a couple of transformers. There's the value there. That's probably not real brass in there. And some singles wires. Pretty much it. I'll take that capacitor for creations. Ooh, actually, that resistor's pretty cool. Look at that long-legged resistor here. See this? It looks a bit like a, okay guys, full steam ahead, brake. Some kind of lever it looks like, doesn't it? That's not what it is, but I like it. So that I'll also keep. Remember, for me, the value isn't just in scrap value. Okay, so that was the light. Now, in the e-waste bin, there was a laptop. And I didn't spot the brand. Oh, it's an Apple. Oh my God, it's an Apple laptop. Okay. Oh, it's a MacBook Pro. That's why I didn't see it, because it's there. So, MacBook Pro. Perhaps we'll have a look in here. What year is this? 2010. Alright, so there's the MacBook Pro, and there was also this iPad mini, which, as we had a very quick look, is in, oh look, even with the key, is in the box. There we have it. So we've also got the iPad mini to do. Now, I'm not a huge fan of tablets because the batteries are a pain to dispose of, but you know, we don't get a lot of. Sometimes I might just decide to recycle the whole thing. Right, what kind of little screwdriver? It looks like someone's had a go at getting in here, actually. Oh, in fact, they've taken, I think they might have taken the hard drive out of this. The screws are all gone on this side. Let's see, that really is a tiny screwdriver. I forgot that is one thing about Apple. Probably the only good thing about Apple. So, first things first, I want to get this battery out and into my battery box. Because I'm not a fan, as we know, of, hang on, these are tiny little wire screws. Battery out, that will be making its way into my battery box. So we've got RAM, 2 RAM sticks, lovely jubbly. Okay, 4 gig RAM sticks. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, we've got SSD, solid state drive here. That's also pretty nice. Very much testing my eyesight, these tiny screws. There we go. Got our solid state. That is light as you like. 240 gigabytes. SSD. Very light weight. Indeed. Okay. Got some gold on the ends here. Right, I'm going to undo all these screws and come back to you, because the mouse pad will just come right out. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to get these two out though, because to get to the gold point, that's interesting. That's ceramic. No, it's glass. Okay, that one's going to be a bit more tricky because it's got blooming glass under the underside. I've come across that before, I'll be honest. But okay, so that needs getting into. Now, the thing I hate about Apple is all the different size screws it uses, and the fact that none of them actually want to come out. It's infuriating. Literally, it is infuriating. Like, none of these little screws actually want to come out properly. And put pressure, and it's just not having any of it. So this is when I get kind of really annoyed and end up doing things like trying to shimmy the board out, which I don't actually have a problem with. I might end up doing this. Is this metal too? Yes, so it's in an aluminium case. So normally what I would do is I would now bend and crack a bit, but I can't do that because it's in the aluminium. But that's not a problem for me. That I'm not bothered about. I will still just manipulate this out and just pop the screws. You know, that doesn't matter to me. It's all scrap. Why waste hours with the little tiny screws? You know, honestly, what's the point? I don't see the point. Because there we go. The heatsink is pathetic. You know, we've lost nothing here. Got some gold connectors, gold pins here. See that? So obviously we'll take those. We've also got to get this. Obviously I want this aluminium. We've just basically got to now break everything out of here delicately. You can if you want to. I just don't want to. I am a microscrapper and I spend a lot of time doing stuff that people wouldn't deem worth it. But even I draw the line. Oh, crapple. Just smash it out. Smash and grab. Get it gone. See these? I do need to get those out though because they're not aluminium. Let's see. So yeah, the only steel on here is these two bits because it just takes one grade. See, these are smaller. Just takes one grade. So they don't mind screws and the odd stuff in that. But I do get out what I can, just out of mutual respect, really. And if I can, I'll get the mylar out. If I can't, it will just stay there. Mylar, although obviously it has the silver tracks for silver recovery, so of course I take it. But it doesn't weigh anything. So, you know, I really am taking this for future. I don't see myself doing my own recovery. I'm not a fan of the chemicals, I've said that, but equally, you know, maybe I will, I don't know. So, Ooh. Well, this is interesting. Oh my gosh, every single key. You have to be kidding me. There's not a chance in hell that I am taking out every single screw from here. So that, my friend, is going in aluminium, complete with the plastic keys, but they don't weigh much. So that's okay. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, now let's have a little look at the oh, it's got a oh, okay, this is why I couldn't see anything. It's got a cover on it. It's got like a protective case on here. That's why I couldn't see the Apple thing. Ah, it's quite nifty. Right, so the screen, obviously, this is also aluminium. Look at the dents. Actually, you can see this has been quite bashed about, and not by me. So again, we've got tiny screws. Might not be necessary to remove those. And then we'll just go all the way around, trying to manipulate out this screen. There we go. More aluminium. Great. Okay. Right, so this little board, actually quite nice. We've got gold, nice chips, they'll all contain nice gold, and gold flashing, gold connectors for the wires, the ribbon wires. So that's a nice little strip of board. Now we've got the actual screen itself. Okay, now let us see here. Oh, it's just being a pain. I'm just, even when that screen comes out, all the glass is going to stay on the magnesium or the zinc, whatever it is. So I give up on that one. That can go. Under here, there might be one more sheet of aluminium, perhaps. There's a little bit of gold ribbon. Other than that, not worth my time. So, that was the Apple computer. Bonuses. Nice tanties. Gotta love some nice big tanties. Oh, yes. Okay, great. What else do we have in that? So it's obviously, this came with it too. Now, what's wrong with that? I'm suspecting nothing. So when I come across a good keyboard, I keep a couple. It's not necessarily a good brand, but basically I've got 4 children, guys, and so I said 5. I still say 5. I've got 4 children, and the amount of times they're like, "Mum, the mouse is broken. Have you got another mouse in the shed?" And I'm like, "Yes," because I keep them, so they won't get scratched. Because I don't think I've got any spares right now, so they're going to go back into the spares pile. It's all about, you know, thinking of the future. So this little kettle will be, I wonder if, hang on a minute, I'm just thinking here. Just wondering if... Oh wait, has it got a lid? No. Alright, forget that then. I was going to say that small batches of plug soup, just to, if I don't want to do a huge batch, but there's no lid to it. That's actually, that is a shame. Just make sure I haven't, no. Oh well, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Ski, we'll scrap it. Not that bothered to keep it when there's no lid, it's not that good. It's not that good an idea. Right, bit of VIR. Now, the plate here. Oh, I don't know, I thought there'd be some screws in here to get, but they're not, they're just rubber bungs for grip, obviously. We're going to open it that way. And that's what I want from there. Yummy. Copper. These are copper contacts in there. That's from the base. But from the kettle itself, these are torque screws. I want the brassy ring, the little bit of cordage that will be left in there, and I want the silver contacts from the switch. It's not too much to ask, is it? No, it is not. So, here we are. Got the element, but I'm just going to put all of that into stainless once I've smacked the thing off. Okay, so here there is a contact plate there for the switch, and then you've got brass, you've got contacts to touch these two that go down to the element. So let's have a little look. There. And yeah, we've got silver contacts there. See that? In there, that dark black. It's covering it up, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, shoot. See that dark black blob there, grey blob? That's a silver contact. So obviously there's two on there. Hurrah! So we do need to get this handle off, actually. So I need to get this out a bit off, because that there'll be a screw in there holding that in place. I know most of you know this. Not everybody does, so you know. There it is. These two top ones off. And there we have. Oh, there's one at the bottom as well. Okay, so we also need to click this one out. Ow. Sollers. You just hit it back in. Bing! Oh, okay. Does it slide then? Maybe it slides in, because I can't see a Ta-da! So then we've just got stainless. Is that stainless also? I hope so. Yeah. That can all just go in stainless. It's got that weird red thing in there, but I don't really think that matters. I can't. I mean, I could. Yeah, that'll do. Chunk of stainless. I need to crush it to put it in my stainless box, but it can just go over there for now. So, you know, a few bits, bit of processing, and I'm hoping we can get round to the pyro. I'm taking my kids out tonight, so I'm not going to come back up here tonight, but I can come back out here tomorrow. I'm taking them to a fair trade Christmas fair tonight. It is in the place my sister had we had my sister's wake, which is not ideal, but you know, we've always gone there, and actually I haven't been there for years, and it's time to go back and hopefully buy them some nice bits, maybe have a spot of dinner. So I shall see you tomorrow.
Just a woman doing what she loves. Metal and recycling, e-waste creations. She is always a cut above. Everyday solar scrapping and diving. Please like, comment and subscribe. Everyday solar scrapping and diving. Come along, enjoy the ride.
Principle is, if we can just slot this end in here like so, and okay, so trying to make my own key was a fail. I think the slot's just too big to grip, and actually splitting the end is a real faff anyway. It's going to take ages. So I'm going to attempt to do what has been suggested, which is just score a line with the grinder, but I think that's going to be easier said than done. But we'll just see if the grinder will get into that space. Yes, it will. Okay, well, I mean, let's give it a go. Let's see how we do. I'm all steamed up, which is really annoying. It's the only thing about wearing a respirator and safety glasses. Steaming up. Okay. I can't keep it still. Going that way is going to be way too fiddly. I mean, with all in the world, there's absolutely no way that I am going to be able to do that. So, that's not going to work. Let me just take this respirator off for a second. The thing is that I would just save it and chuck it in the furnace, but the furnace is not going to get hot enough to get rid of that. But will it just maybe stay on the top of slag? Maybe. Maybe. The other thing if I could just see where my knife was, that let me see what happens if you hammer it. For anyone worried about asbestos, don't be. I've looked it up, and for the year, this MICC cable, it's magnesium oxide in here. It's not asbestos. Let's see here. We'll split it. I mean, maybe if I can get hold of one of the strands in the end, I could pull it down, maybe? Let's see. See if that is in any way possible. There's that powder. But what I want is the strands there, like there, and there. Okay, let's just see what we can do if we grab and pull. I think the whole thing will bend, but if I grab and pull two at the same time, maybe that'll have something. Maybe that'll have. Okay, we're going to roll it. We're going to roll the actual oh, damn it. Oh, maybe we're not. Well, folks, oh, off YouTube land, as Ian says. I mean, it sounds like, I spoke to Ian about this, it sounds like he's not going to have any trouble stripping this, but myself, it's, to be honest, being a real pain in the backside, and what I'm in danger of, it's going to take me a long time to strip. You can see it's not quick. It's not easy, and the copper just keeps breaking. So, my executive decision is I'm going to leave it. I might break it down to one more length, half length of this, and store it until I can come up with a better idea. If you do casting, tell me, is there a way that I can melt this out in a furnace? Or is stripping the only way? Because what I don't want to do, obviously, is to get it up to the temperature. It'll get to the temperature of melting copper before it'll get to the temperature, obviously, of melting that powder, magnesium oxide. So, Is there a way of melting the copper and then separating the powder as slag? I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. What do you think? So we want this iron plate here. Okie dokie. Okay, there we are. That is just plastic detritus. So, just going to remove this base plate off and any contacts. Basically, okie dokie. Oh, that looks like a face. Anyhow, so let's just take you and you. Stainless. Okay, so that, I was going to say, I thought it was going to be my first ever non-aluminium one then. Tuck that in. They're nice and heavy, so that's always a bonus. And we've got contacts here. Let's just see what we're looking at here. Silver contact. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay. Other bits and bobs of singles and stuff. Okay, oh, and the other thing was just this toaster, which I am not stripping out because they're blooming messy. You get crumbs everywhere, and it's not even stainless steel, so all I'm going to do with that, literally, is extend the cord as far as I can, and then cut it. Like so. Then that's going in the shred pile. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it wasn't quite what I expected I was going to be doing this week. But isn't that just the way the cookie crumbles? Isn't it just? Well, thank you guys. That isn't quite what I thought I was going to be doing this week. I thought the whole video was going to be on pyro, but alas, I'm not good enough a scrapper to get into the stuff. So I'm sure there's going to be loads of comments in the live when this airs, but I know there'll also be another sweep of comments after the live in the main comment section. So, I mean, how do you strip pyro? Do you strip pyro, or do you just send it in? Are you put off by the magnesium oxide? I know lots of people are cautious of stripping certain things because of their health, and that makes perfect sense, and that's how it should be. Right, so yeah, that's it really. Thanks ever so much for watching, and for any new subscribers that's coming over. Next week I'm going to do a scrap run, unless snow keeps me at bay. I need to do a shred run because I'm just overrun with it, and I need to clean up. It's actually doing my head in. So next week's video should be a scrap run to the scrapyard. I don't know yet if I'm going to take any non-ferrous. Prices are down. Basically, at the moment, I'm thinking no, which I think is probably the first time I've ever been to the scrapyard with just ferrous metal. But you know, why sell when the prices are low? If you don't have to. If you have to, I get it, but I don't have to. I can hold it. I need to, you know, do a bit more in here and in the caravan, because I've got so much to do to get this caravan cleared and gone, and a new workshop in its place. So I did get myself a cool new gadget. I'm looking forward to testing that. Yeah, I probably won't say any more than that, but I'm looking forward to an up close look, shall we say. I think some of you will know what I'm talking about there. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please go and have a look at the calendar, the charity calendar. Read the backstory on the back, or on the description on the calendar website. Lots of huge channels involved, lots of well-known channels involved, all friends, all great people in the community. Every single one who's on the calendar, people in the community know. And actually, I had John Thompson message me this morning. He's the first person to message me to say his calendar has arrived. I can't read it to you because I'm filming on my phone. But basically, it was on last week's video, I think he commented it. He said it's just arrived. The quality is great, and there's a few scrappers in there he hadn't heard of, and so he's going to go over to their channels and more than likely give them a subscribe as well. So there may well be a couple of channels that somehow you haven't crossed paths with yet, which is awesome, because they're all like part of the scrapping community. So that'd be nice. Also, there's a couple of people that hadn't heard about the calendar. I'm really sorry about that. As I say, it's just people are busy, and if they don't get a chance to watch people's videos, I get that. It happens, but it's been all over my channel for quite some time, so I'm really sorry. I didn't reach out to people. People reached out to me and said they wanted to be in it when I launched the idea. So but if it's very successful, maybe it won't be the last charity scrapping calendar. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another one next year, or maybe we'll wait, or I don't know. It depends how successful this calendar is, I suppose, and if people are going to want to buy another one. And Thubprint actually said to me, no, he didn't say well, he did ask me, is it a, you know, a risque kind of calendar? I was like, oh my god, no. Absolutely not. It's not a calendar girls style calendar. And he was like, shame. And he said on his video the other day, we've missed a trick there. Well, have we? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Is there a market for a new scrappers calendar? You tell me. I mean, if there was, I'm pretty sure I could quite easily come up with some ideas of, you You know, like in Calendar Girls where they've got like the cherry buns or whatever. Who needs cherry buns when you can have aluminium? I mean, yeah, I can't see it myself, but I don't know. Would there be a market for that? I'm not so sure. I don't want to scare all the viewers off, do we? But yeah, so there'll be, I'm sure in the future there's going to be other opportunities for any channels that missed the opportunity this time. So yes, fear not. So yes, thank you for watching. If you could just do the usual and leave a comment in the main comments section. God, this is a long outro, I apologise. Like and subscribe and all that shebang. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. It's been a while since I've done an elaborate. Bye. Bye. Where's the camera? It's over there. What? Oh my gosh! I'm like, I'm in his teeth. Subscribe, folks. I'm killing myself in the process. Let's try this again. Hello, Clarice. It's good to see you again. Please make sure you subscribe to Everyday Solid Scrapping and Diving. Should appreciate it. And leave a comment in the main comment section. Bye. Bye.
She loves metal and recycling. E-waste and creation, she is always a cut above. Like, comment,